This segment is sponsored by RVA Wealth Management.
More than 71 million people fall into the category of baby boomers. Baby boomers are currently 56 to 74 years old. David Koren of RVA Wealth Management joins us now to answer some common concerns and questions that this age group may have. Good morning, David.
Good morning, Bill. How are you?
We're doing great. So if you're a grandparent, you may want to help your grandchildren prepare for college. How do baby boomers go about that?
Well, there's a lot of ways to go about helping. Obviously, the 529 plans are one that many people are familiar with, and there are tax advantages to funding using a 529 plan. So that is an excellent way that grandparents can provide for their grandchildren's college education. They could also fund a Roth account, either using their money in their own Roth account, or they could help the child or the grandchild put money into a Roth account, because money can be taken out of a Roth account penalty-free to pay for higher education. A lot of people aren't aware of that fact. So it's also just a great way for wealth transfer as well, especially the Roth. The 529 can only be taken out and used tax-free for college, whereas a Roth could be used for other things as well as retirement.
All right, so if you're over 50, is it too late to start saving for retirement? Because it's getting closer every day.
Yeah, a lot of people wake up and realize, oh my gosh, I'm 50 or I'm 55 and retirement's around the corner. It's really never too late to begin saving for retirement. It's obviously better to start when you're young. But for many people, due to helping to fund things like college for their kids, or they may have had other expenses that could have come up along the way, they're not able to really start until later in life. And if that is the case, then it's important to know about all the catch-up provisions that are available that allow larger deferrals into your retirement plan, whatever the retirement plan is, 401k, 403b, whatever the plan that you're using. Once you're over 50, you have this ability to catch up rather significantly. And if you have a robust financial plan that helps you map these things out, which I do recommend, then it is possible to reach your retirement goals in a very short window. And we've helped a lot of clients accomplish this. They are often absolutely amazed at how quickly their savings can build up.
All right, so we talked about retirement, and we can't leave out the Social Security aspect of that. And so baby boomers, how do we approach Social Security? Because it's not automatic. I mean, there's things you have to do.
Absolutely. One of the most important decisions to be made when planning for retirement is when to file for Social Security. Waiting, the longer you wait, in fact, it goes up by about 8% every year. If you can wait past full retirement age, you're going to get a bigger number in terms of payments. But that may or may not be the best decision. Everyone is in a different set of circumstances when it comes to this. And there's a lot of things to consider. So you would ask questions like, are you single or married? Because that has an impact on the decision. What's your health like? Is there longevity in your family? Do you have a pension or other source of income? How are your assets structured in terms of being taxable versus tax deferred versus tax free? So, in other words, what's your access to other sources of income in retirement? So as you can see, it's not a simple decision, and we usually recommend that folks should get some kind of professional guidance when making it, just to make sure that their circumstances allows them to maximize the benefit they're going to get from Social Security.
That is great advice. David, thank you so much. We'll always get some good information from you.
Outstanding. Great to be with you, Bill. Thanks for having me on.
All right. To get in touch with RVA Wealth Management, visit their website, rvawealthmanagement.com, or give them a call, 804-497-2100. And stay with us. Virginia This Morning returns after a quick break.
Before we take the quick break, though, we're going to talk about that great information, Bill.
Are we on? Good. All right. So
It's just
sorry
like
for the
saving for
confusion there.
retirement. You never know what's going to happen.
So, yeah, there was so much to unpack there because a lot of information and a lot to think about too for baby boomers and, you know, their children, their grandchildren, and you have to have a plan going into this.
Yeah, you do. And it can be disheartening even in that conversation to hear like, oh, it's best to start, you know, whenever that was at a time before when you haven't started, and then get discouraged and think, oh, well, I only have so much time, but it can add up. But then of course there's folks who are saying, look, I don't really have a whole lot to tuck aside. That's why working, you know, with a professional to be able to eyeball that makes all the difference. You're right. But it's a lot to consider, and the volatility of all of it, right? As you look at this going up and down, your heart's in your throat. It makes you a little nervous.
One of the things that made me feel a little bit better was the fact that he said there is a catch-up program, you know, that you can, you know, even at a later age, when you see it around the corner and you said, well, I haven't done a whole lot and that corner is getting closer, you can kind of start a plan there and make up a little lost ground if you are able to kind of grab a hold and get her done, as they say.
Yeah. It's true. As that playing field shifts, those different options become available and can bring that sense of relief, and that you can kind of figure that out. But I won't say who has time to keep track of it, because it is important and we should do our best to keep track of it. But I have a hard enough time trying to figure out what I've got to put together for dinner that evening. So it's like, I need an autoplay on this somehow.
Well, see,
that's just me. That's not.
No. That's the difference between you and me. I don't think about dinner till it's time to eat, because I don't fix the dinner most of the time. So I don't have that excuse. Yeah, it's hard. I mean, you know, it's like we do have to look down the road, though. And especially now when everything's kind of up in the air, and, you know, it's just important to kind of, just like any, you know, like taking care of your dad used to say, take care of your equipment. You got to do the maintenance. Well, you got to do the maintenance on this as well, and spend the time doing that.
You know what I feel right now? I feel like we need to take the advice of Fierce and take a deep breath and know that we've got professionals like RVA Wealth Management and other financial professionals in our area that can help you on that journey. So deep breath.
Yeah.
We'll be right back with more Virginia this morning.
What's for dinner, by the way?